Hey guys, it's Jackie with Intoxicating Arts, and today I'm going to be making a technique video on using Luster Mica Powders with various gel mediums. So these are all of the Luster Mica Powders that we have for sale right now. There's 19 different colors, and they're $3.89 a jar. Today I'm going to be mixing multiple different gel mediums with the mica powders so you can see the different types of effects that you can get with them. In addition, I'll be using the Intoxicating Arts texture tools. They come in a pack of 5, and we do sell those for $5.49. And I'll also be using our 2-ounce Big Mouth mixing jar to put whatever I have left over in there. The mediums that I'm using are Liquitex Professional Gloss Super Heavy Gel, Liquitex Professional Gloss Gel, Claudine Helmuth Studio Multi-Medium Gloss, and if we have time, we'll also use the Prima Art Basics Light Paste. This is an opaque matte paste, so it's definitely going to look a lot different on that. I also am using my Ranger Nonstick Craft Mat here. I have a silicone pancake that I like to mix on. You can always mix on this mat as well. It's just a really easy cleanup when I use this silicone pancake that I have here. And I'm just going to jump right in. So we'll be using just regular black and white cardstock. It's not textured. It's really nothing special. Super inexpensive. So I just want to show you the different types of effects that you can get here, and just how easy it is to mix all of this together. To start off, I'm going to use the Hawaiian Orchid color, and just open that up here. Fine, you really don't need much. A palette knife will make this a lot easier. You can just use one of these cheap plastic ones from Ranger. The Liquitex Gloss Super Heavy Gel. So as you can see, it's very thick. So I'm just going to take some here and put it with my powder that's already down. You want to put your lid back on pretty quickly because this stuff can dry out. And we're just going to smush it together. And it's going to mix everything. So palette knife is definitely going to make this easier than any other method that I've used. I've done it with a paintbrush, but it's nice when you can kind of smush it a little and really get it nice and mixed up. So you can see the color here is looking really pinkish. When we put this on a white background, it's going to be more of a pink color, and when you put it on a black background, it's going to show up more purple. That is just how the Hawaiian Orchid color works. It's kind of a color shifting mica powder. These do have binders mixed into them, so you do not have to mix it with a gel like this. I'm just doing this technique video to show one thing that you can do with it. It's of course really popular right now to have a thick gel like this and put it through a stencil or to run some texture tools through it. Alright, so I'm just going to cut that in half. Actually, I will just take a little bit. And I got my black background here. And I'm just going to put some down so you can see. It looks a lot more brilliant when it's dry. So right now it doesn't look super awesome, but when it dries, it's really cool. And then I'm going to put some down here. You kind of need a lot when you're playing with your texture tools because they're pretty like high up. So this is one of the zigzag ones. Let's run that through. And then I'm going to save a little to show you on the white. And I'm going to grab this line stencil by Tim Holtz. It's called Stripes. And just run some through that. Really, really easy. It's so cool because you get that awesome dimension when you run this through a stencil, and then on top of that it can be nice and shiny with the mica powder. Alright, I'm not going to be perfect with that because I need to try to make this video short if possible. And then I'll just quickly do it over a little bit of this white one with whatever I have left here. Good. And then hopefully towards the end of the video this will be nice and dried off. But you can see, you can get some really nice crisp lines with these stencils, and they have a little bit of dimension to them. So it doesn't look that awesome right now, but when it dries, you'll be able to see all of that really pretty mica shimmer come through. These jars, they come in the smaller jars, but these are just mine. This one's called Grandma Nut. It's another color shifter, and you can see it's blue, but it has all this gorgeous orange sparkle in there. So it shows up more orange on dark surfaces. So we'll start off by mixing this with the gloss gel. So you can see the gloss gel still is it's very much a gel, but it's more creamy, I guess you could say. So we'll mix these up here. There's so many different gels on the market that you can use that will work great with these. These are just the ones that I happen to have. And then I'm just going to dip right into the jar. Totally up to you how much powder you want to put in there. I'm just going to put a lot in this. Alright, so that's all nice and mixed up. You just don't want to have any lines in there really. So we will put this on. Kind of do the same thing like I did the first time. I'm going to do a little squiggly line, just the paste. You can already see that orange coming through. Okay, and then I will do more with the texture tool. Do a different texture tool this time. Let's see. We will do this one. I have the Tim Holtz Harlequin stencil here. Yep, that came out pretty nice. And I guess I'll use the same stencil. Pick up the rest of my paste over here and put that right on. Okay, and I did get it seeping under a little bit, but that might have actually been from the first time when I tried to clean it. Okay, so the next color that I'm going to use is called 24 Karat Gold, and I'm going to use it, that's what it looks like, it's really pretty. And I'm going to use this with the Claudine Helmuth Multi-Medium Gloss. And we will pull some of this. You can see this is very liquid. Another black piece of paper. I'm just going to go ahead and label this CH. And put that on there. Try to do some more thick areas and some thinner areas. There we go. And we'll see if the texture tools work with this. I don't know what's going to happen. It's very fluid. So we'll try a different one, just this one. Yeah, it seems to work. Maybe more at an extreme angle, because these do depend on the angle that you're using as far as what kind of effect you're going to get. Okay, so the last one that we have is the Prima Art Basics Light Paste, which we also do sell this as well. We'll do blue ice, because that one is another one that comes up different on white and black. So we'll mix it with that and see if it still does, even with the light paste. So this is the light paste, and this is very creamy. It's kind of similar to the gloss gel in the consistency of it, but it's totally different when it dries. So this one is ready to go. And just pull a little. I didn't mix up a whole lot of that, but it should be fine. So here it is on black, and I'm going to run it through this stencil. It's called Dot Fade by Tim Holtz. So here's the last of it. See, if you put it on really thin, you can see it right away. If you make it really thick, then you're going to have to wait until it dries to really see it. So once you mix this up, you can definitely apply it to your project with a paintbrush. It's just mixing it, you definitely want to use a palette knife. Okay, so going back to the original one that we did, this was with Hawaiian Orchid. It's still working on drying. I'm just going to hit it with my heat tool really quick and see if I can kind of speed this up. Okay, so I decided to stop doing the heat tool because, well, number one, it definitely warps your paper more, but the other reason is you have to be really careful when you're trying to heat these mediums up because they will start to bubble, and I was actually getting some really microscopic bubbles on this one, but I wanted to show you that when it dries, you don't have that opacity there. So you can see how shiny and shimmery that is, and it's color shifting. So I don't know if that's really showing through, but in real life, it's definitely color shifting. There you go. There's one color and another color. And look at the huge color difference between the black and the white. It's totally different. Like, it's really awesome though. I mean, if you know that's the kind of effect that you're gonna get, it's really fun. It's like having two colors. And that was from the same jar. And this one is fun because it's also a color shifter. So you can see it's kind of like this dark blue, but you have that orange gold in there. Alright, so that is it for this video. I wanted to just show you the Luster Mica Powders used with various different gels and the cool effects that you can get with them and just how much fun they are to play with. So I hope I was able to inform you today, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye guys!